everybody, today I've got a BB-03 Jojo Final Edition to take a look at. For this review I'll do an unboxing, then we'll take a look at package details and its contents and a transformation demo. Then I'm going to review the figure and finish up with some final thoughts. Starting with the package, this is a compact variation where the figure's in a cube mode instead of its beast mode like they're normally displayed in a standard size box. You know, I'm not really sure why they release them one way or the other. Obviously at retail this version saves a lot of shelf space. As far as the Final Edition series, all three, at least so far, have been released in this compact box. It's got nice looking artwork with a lot of warm background colors that's somewhat unique to this Final Edition series, the name printed in holographic lettering, altogether really nice detail. You got the land animal faction symbol, produced by 52 Toys of course, their in-house team X2R, and designed by this Chinese symbol that I can't read. If you happen to know the name of this designer or can read Chinese, help me out. I'd appreciate a comment. On the back, there's also a holographic sticker here with a QR code. I don't recall if all Beastboxes have this, but it's most likely a piracy prevention measure. 52 Toys has been successful enough that they've had some unscrupulous manufacturers who have made cheap knockoff versions, which is unfortunately somewhat a common practice in China. As consumers, to you and me, it's just a sticker, but when a company creates something unique and interesting, they ought to be able to make money off of it without having their intellectual property ripped off, and I fully support that. Here's the Terminus logo, line art showing its gorilla and cube mode. So we'll go ahead and get this guy open. This outer sleeve slips right off, and here's the interior package with Jojo in his cube mode with his box charger. I've got my trusty Red Devil here, and we'll get this guy out of the box. You've got the molded bubble enclosure. We'll set that aside for a second. First thing you see on the back is another instance of the Terminus logo, which is on this card that slips right out. Inside the box you've got instructions, character card, box charger, insert, and a catalog. Let's see what they say about Jojo on his character bio. So after the rally for the final showdown, Jojo returned to the command post with towering body. The pale moonlight spread throughout the room. This reminds me that the decisive battle is just 3 days away. The formidable enemy is almost impossible to conquer. However, the only way to break through is to fight as one. May this new war paint bring out the best in me. So I guess there's quite a bit of a story there for what happens with Jojo. There again, we got the Terminus logo. And here's Jojo with the Terminus box. This is a great looking set. We'll take a closer look at him in a second, but I'll start with this beautifully designed box charger. It's an opaque milky white with the Terminus logo. All box chargers have these little indentations, which have been cleverly repurposed as a highly stylized skull and crossbones. Thank you 88 printed on the back. That appears to be a common theme for the Final Edition series. I'm pretty sure I heard somewhere that the number 88 sounds like bye-bye in Chinese, so apparently that reads thank you bye-bye as a sort of a hybrid dialect. And yeah, this version of Jojo comes with accessories. There's this little hand cannon and his shades, which are repainted versions of what came with a prior release called Joe Stark. So let's get this monkey boy transformed. For the first step, we want to swing his arms up and out. These shoulders are on a double articulated hinge, so they'll actually come up and around, just like that. When you've got the shoulders rotated up, you can pull the torso up and snap it inside the chest. These little hooks will grab on top of the shoulder and lock into place. Then the chest piece can come down just like so to reveal the head, and the head can come up and forward. There you go, we're already halfway home. The way the leg works is that piece needs to come out like so, and then you're just going to rotate that forward about 180 degrees, then you flip the foot around. This piece needs to slide down and it's going to serve as a locking mechanism on the spine. The forearm is on this odd sort of curvy slider. It'll come out and forward and the hinge is on the end of the elbow joint. And there you go, Jojo the Monkey and his glorious Final Edition color scheme. As far as the Final Edition series, it's intended to be exactly that. One final release of a mold that 52 Toys has decided to retire, and a sort of a celebratory send-off. I'm not really sure how they decide which figures get the Final Edition treatment. Obviously 52 Toys only has so much capacity to maintain inventory for however many products they sell, and they sell a lot of different products, so it makes sense that they're going to off a character to give more attention to newer releases. As far as where Jojo fits in, I believe it's been one of the more successful Beastbox molds. It's had a ton of repaints. I personally own 3 different versions, so it's a bit of a curiosity that they decided to end production on this one. So when I first got into this line, I skipped over a lot of the earlier ones, but I did find the style of the Terminus series very appealing. So nice job 52 Toys, you found a way to get me to buy at least one of every figure of every mold anyway. As long as they can maintain the $30 price point for the Final Editions, it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm going to buy them all. So let's take a closer look at this guy. It's really nice looking. You've got silver paint on his eyes. The Final Edition theme includes a lot of red and white transparent plastic over a black base, plus a lot of white graphic imprints for a very distinctive look. Skull graphic on his chest with X mark imprints for another instance of the Terminus theme. Here's a single red imprint of the land animal insignia. Hazard bar, thank you 88 on Jojo's behind. This gorilla marking, and overall there are geometric imprints that are complementary to the proportions of the character. So yeah, he's got this cool little visor, fits right over his eyes. His shoulder cannon has an articulated peg and a shoulder bracket, and it folds up into a more compact form. It can be attached to his shoulder or with a 3mm port on his fist. He can hold it like a pistol. And as we all know, there are a few things more terrifying than a monkey with a gun. The thing I love about Jojo is it's a highly caricatured version of a gorilla with huge forearms and tiny feet, and it's a great emulation of the silhouette and posture of a real-life gorilla. As far as articulation, there's a lot of head mobility, shoulder rotation, swiveling wrists, and a fair amount with the feet and legs. This figure is overall really balanced, so it's easy to pose with its fists, which is most of its center mass, over its head, and those tiny little tootsies will support it no problem. So altogether, there have been 3 Final Edition releases so far, the first of which was Delta, and most recently the elephant Moma, who I'll also be reviewing soon. I'm not giving Jojo a box grade today, but at some point in the future I plan on circling back to grade all 3 together. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing and review. If you can leave a comment, like, or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Like I mentioned, there's more to come, but in the meantime, have yourself a great day. Thanks for watching.